Alright, what's going on everyone? DSP here, and we are checking out the very first DLC character available for Injustice Gods Among Us. And actually he is one of the coolest characters in the DC Universe, although a lot of the times he's just there for comic relief. He's the bounty hunter Lobo. Here he is. And the story behind Lobo is that he's the last of his race. The reason is being he killed everyone else. He supposedly built like an army of robot fucking scorpions that exterminated everyone on his planet. And then after that he decided he was just so badass that no one could fuck with him. He was going to become a bounty hunter and catch anyone in the galaxy for money. And so he basically has this motorcycle that he rides across the galaxy like a spaceship. And he goes across looking for bounties. Pretty interesting character. He was basically made during that whole, it's like, I like to compare it to like the Attitude Era of wrestling, where everyone was trying to have this hard-ass character who would just show up and kick everyone's ass. And, you know, so he's kind of like the badass of the DC Universe. However, he never really became a mainstream character. He did have his own comic line every once in a while, but he never was like a guy always involved in the main plot of all the DC things going on. In fact, he was always like a superfluous side character who would show up once in a while for comic relief or just to interject, and then he would like be written out of the story again. So I'm not surprised they put him into Injustice because of the character that he is, known for being like the biggest badass. So let's go ahead and check him out.
Lobo, the Joker.
And what I'm going to want to do is probably do a stage that doesn't have too many transitions, because I don't want to be constantly knocking people, you know, through a transition off the screen. You know what, let's just do Ferris Aircraft because there are no transitions. That way we're safe. We don't have to worry about constantly knocking them off the screen by accident. Okay, so first things first. Let's actually enable full meter. There we go. What we're going to do, we're going to go through all the special moves, okay? So here we go. We're going to literally do them one by one. So spin cycle, first of all, it's an air throw, so I have to actually make the Joker jump to show you what that looks like. Here we go. See, he grabs him and he tosses him out of the air. Now, if you meter burn it, he does an additional spin for extra damage. So that's all that move is. It's primarily going to probably be used for juggle combos. Let's turn that back to standing. Okay. So his next move is Pump Shot. Typical projectile move. However, unlike a lot of the projectile moves in this game, I want to show you, it has short range. Watch this. Can't even hit him from mid-screen. So you have to be really close to get that to hit. And in fact, just to show you, look how close I am. It's still not hitting. So you gotta be like really close. There you go. So that's the range right there, about that range, in order to get that to hit. Okay? Now you can also meter burn it, and that'll do a double shot, and that also will add to potential for juggles. Now this, even though we're kind of jumping the gun, this would be a good opportunity for me to show you his trait, because his trait has him loading in a double barrel. So instead of a normal shotgun blast, he's going to do a more powerful shotgun blast. I'll show you. It actually knocks down. So the standard shotgun, 9% damage. The trait shotgun, 13% damage. And then also to show you the meter burn version of that, extra damage. So the regular meter burn, 9%, 7.6. The special version, 13 and 7.6. Okay? So just to show you, it's okay. I mean, obviously you're going to want to have the trait. You're going to want to have the trait always loaded, because if you ever have a chance to shoot with the shotgun, you want to do the extra damage. But honestly, in my opinion, I don't think the trait's going to be, like, great. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be okay, but I don't think it's anything that's special. It's definitely not as good as a lot of the other characters' traits, which is a little disappointing. So let's empty the barrel there. Okay, so up next, we've got the, I can't even say that, the Zarnian, I guess, yeah, Zarnian Toss. Now this is his command throw, and this is going to actually be one of his best setup moves from what I can tell. So here it is. Okay, it tosses him pretty high. So if you can, you could try to dash up and juggle, but it's very hard. And I, with the regular version of that throw, have not really been able to figure out how to get it to juggle, unless you're, say, in the corner, which I'd like to try right now. Oh, wow, it didn't come out. Hold on. Even then, see that? I pressed the button, I wasn't able to. So I think the regular version of this throw may not be very good. And you might have to go with the meter burn version if you actually want to do any kind of follow-up. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, you can't. You're still delayed. He hits the ground before you can even do a move afterwards. Alright, so now we're going to do the meter burn version. And this is the version I think is going to be really useful for everyone, okay? It creates a ground bounce state directly in front of you. So after that, you can follow up with a lot of different stuff, including, juggle combos. You can actually do a wall bounce too, which I'll show you right now. Well, actually, you cannot. It seems like the wall bounce doesn't work in the corner. I've tried it a few times. I've never been able to get it to work. But there you go. There's your wall bounce state, and obviously after that, you can do follow-up combos, which we're going to explore a little bit later. All right, we got Space Hook. And that's a grapple style move. It's basically a mid-screen grab. Alright, meter burn version does a little bit more damage. And actually creates a mild juggle state. I haven't been able to figure out if you can actually follow up with anything yet. I think it's too slow to follow up anything with, okay? Okay, next we've got low space hook. So unlike the other one, this space hook is on the ground. Creates a stomp afterwards, and if you meter burn it, it's a double stomp for extra damage. In fact, 8% extra damage. And this is actually, I think, better for combo ability, because it is lower to the ground. If you're creating a juggle state, as the character falls, obviously it's easier to hit them with a move on the ground as they fall into it than hit them with a higher up move. And then finally we got hook charge, which it looks like what it is. He hooks himself into the ground, and then he forces himself across the screen. Now, this was very fast, and it actually, as you can see, knocks down and does okay damage. If you do the meter burn version, it's a little bit faster, and it actually does more than double the damage. And it seems like a quick, fast move. If you're mid-screen, you want to surprise your opponent, boom! You can get some pretty decent damage, and it's a way to get across the screen quickly. Because let's say you're out here, you block the projectile. Now look, you just moved across the entire screen, and so if you are getting ranged away by one of these characters who just throws projectiles all day, after you block one, you might want to get across the screen using that move, okay? People are saying that my voice is a little low, so hold on. Alright, I lowered the game volume a little bit. Is that better, everybody? Oh wait, the volume to the game is low, not my voice. Oops. Alright, hold on. I'll up the volume of the game then. Sorry, I misread that. Okay. So now, I upped the game volume a little bit. Now we're going to see what his super is. So here we go. Boom. Back it up. Oh! He gives him the finger. He gives you the finger during the super. That's pretty cool. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the super is actually comboable. I want to see the range here. Hold on. So pretty good range, and it goes in an arc, so I'm assuming it'll actually knock someone out of the air. Let's actually test that theory. Yes, it does. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. Would it knock someone out of the air? And it absolutely does. So I get the feeling it's going to be pretty good for juggles. And so, if you do want to juggle, I'm trying to try it here. Come on, I'm trying to get 2 hit. It does not combo? Wow, really? Now that I'm kind of upset at. Let's try this again without him jumping. Let's just do standing. Because I do know a basic combo with him that juggles. No, wow. You cannot combo it as a juggle. that is not very good. A lot of other characters can combo their supers in a juggle. It looks like Lobo cannot. So it's going to be more of a, if you're getting pressured, maybe use it as a defensive maneuver, knock someone away who's jumping or who's coming at you. Wow, that is surprising. Okay, so now we're going to explore some of Lobo's combos, okay? So his typical combos are pretty much, a lot of them are the same as the ones that everyone else has, okay? X, X, Y, X, X, A, and I'll show you those. Mild ground bounce there. And as you can see, after that, you can actually combo the low ground, the ground chain. He also has XY, and then you can do XY will create a juggle state. And after that, if you hit X and A together, it's an auto throw. See that? It creates an automatic throw. You can also do his air throw, which actually does a little bit more damage. So it's a little bit better to do the air throw than the auto throw. Now, what we're going to be talking about now are his towards plus X moves. So he's got two variations, towards plus X and Y. I'm sorry, it's back and X, my fault. Back and X and Y, and that creates a giant uppercut, which creates a juggle state. And if you actually do X plus A after that, it also creates another auto throw. So there you have it. What I've also noticed is that some of his other combos really aren't as useful. However, there are a couple that are pretty good. So what I'm going to show you here is this one right here. Mr. Machete, I think, is really good. It creates a juggle state that you can do pretty much a lot of stuff after. So back plus Y, up plus X. Basically, he picks the character off the ground and creates a juggle state, which you can now do additional hits afterwards. Look at that air throw right there. But what I found is that there's actually some pretty decent juggle combos you can do just off of the basic stuff. So you can do like a crossover with medium kick. That's his cross up. So there you go, 6 hits, 30% damage with 1 meter burn. You don't have to do the meter burn, by the way, but obviously you're going to want to have your shotgun charged at all times. There's 32% damage with the charged up shotgun, no meter burn. Pretty good for a crossover. I'm also going to try to do the ground grapple here and see how much damage that does. Oh, I did it too early. Oh, that didn't combo. Hold on. I'm not getting the ground thing to combo. Maybe you have to do it a little bit later. Nah, it must be a little bit too harder. Okay. Now, I'm trying to see what else he has here. Let's see. He also has this combo, the Space Dolphins and Rampage and stuff. I'll show you those. So that's the basic 2 hits. You can do an additional hit with A. Okay. Or, there's a variation of the combo where it's a low hit. And I like that because when you're attacking your opponent now you can mix it up. You could do crossover and go for the 3 hits. Oops, I did the wrong button. Or you can mix it up and really confuse them if they block the cross up. You can go for the low hit, and they might not be blocking low, and it might actually knock them down and give you the advantage right there. So I like that mix-up where you could do 2 medium hits, or you could do a medium and then a low hit. So what I've been seeing from what I can tell is that it's going to be a lot of juggles, a lot of juggle-based stuff with Lobo. And primarily what it looks like, the 2 things that are the best juggles are the machete. Right there, that combo is really good, leads it to a juggle state. Or the meter burn version of that command grab I showed you. Because look at that, I mean, he's right in front of you just begging for you to combo him after that, okay? So, we're going to try some variations on different things. Let's actually try this. Look at that. So 8 hits, 32% damage, no meter burn. Let's actually use the trait and see how much damage we can get off of it. There you go. 8 hits, 35% damage with the trait. And now if you want to do a double meter burn, Oops. That was not the move I wanted. Try that again. Look at that. 40% damage, but that, of course, is going to burn 2 slots of your meter. It's a more advanced combo. Okay. Now, what I found out is that you can actually do a wall bounce after the meter burn throw, and that's where you can really lead to some longer combos. And it's a little weird, the range. You have to be about mid-screen, but I've noticed if you're too close to the edges of the screen, it's a lot harder to do. And the timing's hard, too. Like, I haven't learned the exact timing, which is why I'm just kind of mashing A right now to try to get it to hit. There, I did get it to hit there, but I was too close to the corner. Let's try it again. So there you go. I did miss the meter burn second hit there with the shotgun, but you saw there 36% damage. Can lead to some pretty good juggles, and if you can get that wall bounce move near the corner, obviously you're going to lead into a transition, which is going to be excellent for you. So pretty good in a lot of different ways. You know, I know that people are saying, oh, there's a machete combo that's 53%. Yeah, I'm sure there is. I don't know what it is yet. I've only messed around with him for about 20 minutes. I'm just showing you some of the basic stuff that you can do with him. Now, if you want to know my honest opinion, his weakness is that at range right here, he has nothing he can fight projectile characters with. His shotgun is way too short range. He's got nothing he can throw across the screen. So really what you're going to have to do when you actually get into a fight with a projectile character, you're going to have to use this hook charge to try to move across the screen after you block or dodge a projectile. But as you know, especially with spamming characters like Deathstroke, it could be really hard. And so it's going to be interesting to see, once we actually get him into a competitive setting, you know, how well he's going to do against these ranged characters who are going to be spamming projectiles for most of the fight. So, you know, you can roll really fast too. I do like that about him. His roll forward is fast and takes a lot of coverage of the ground. And he looks like a decent character. Again, I don't want to definitely say for too much how good he is, because this is day 1 and I only messed around with him for about 20 minutes. But for a new character, he looks pretty decent. He's looking pretty interesting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take him into arcade mode for a little bit, play through the regular ladder, see how I do with them against the computer, and then probably jump online as well. So that's it for basically the basics of Lobo. So thanks for watching, and see you later.